Hello guys, this is a recorded video that I'm sending you, but I'm doing it as I would have done in the class. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you. What I am talking first is what is a great leader. Sorry. Sorry, very sorry. So first thing that I'm sharing with you is this. What makes a great leader, especially in engineering? Now, um, this is a vital thing, an important part of communication. Um it's importance of communication and motivation which makes a leader great leader. Leadership, it is about guidance and support, which you all know. Now, the key factors in engineering leaderships are just given here in in three small paragraphs: taking responsibility for mistakes, uh, apologizing to the experienced people who are in my group, but I am the leader. Apologizing to them, asking their help, trying to gain respect from all the members. Uh, I mean, and then giving everyone credit when the credit is due, and not making anybody feel small or bad that they have been a part of the team. Next thing I want to say is that engineering leadership is not just management. A management graduate, or even an engineer who has then gone ahead and done some management degree, he or she may not be this efficient when you are just this efficient. So management is reactive and planning and organization and coordinating. That's it. Whereas leadership is to make someone go ahead and be proactive, not just active, not just take action, but to become proactive and to help in innovation. um, a project is somewhere where a manager thinks that that is a small scope. You should work within that, you should not go beyond that. But when it is uh, i mean leadership, then a person always allows the team members to be proactive, to find out ways and means to do something nicely in a better way, give a better result, uh, produce customer satisfaction, not just complete the work. And a manager always keeps watch, a leader communicates. So here is a comparative study given here. What ethical behavior and hard work is necessary, because leadership is hard work. Leadership is not, doesn't mean that you are just going to sit and ask people to. Means that you are going to be there with them at every step of the way, working with them. That is leadership. Demonstrating where necessary. Continuous development of interpersonal skills is something which will help you become a better leader. And a leader understands the whole picture, not just a small project that is given, but the entire thing, the entire situation of the company, the entire situation of the surroundings, the entire situation of the customers, what type of I mean uh, what type of service they are asking for, what they actually want, and all these things a leader keeps in mind, and then tries to I mean give guidance, allow people to do the work properly. And the most important thing that we have to say here is that a flexible leadership is necessary. A leadership must not be very constrained, constricted. Uh, I mean, do whatever you're given. No, there should there should be no stereotypes. Leader is someone who first allows everyone to work and then guide them politely as a way of helping them, teaching them, not correcting them and telling them that this is wrong, you have failed. That is not something that a leader do. A best leader is someone who is almost like a guardian or a father who takes care of the family members. If there is a blame to take, he or she takes the blame. If there is something to protect, he or she tries to protect it. So that is leadership. Next, I come to traits of an exceptional leader. So traits of an exceptional leader are there is emotional intelligence, which is not there in necessarily there in a management or in a manager. He or she does not need to be emotionally attached, but a leader is emotionally intelligent. He understands where a person is being forced too much beyond his or her capability, or being forced to do something which uh, emotionally he or she cannot do. Suppose a father has come to work and his kid is sick and needs to be taken to the hospital. The father will have 60% of his mental capacity always engaged there, worrying about it. Where a manager will never consider this, but a leader will think that I want the 100% of this person, so I will give him leave for 2 or 3 hours so that he can take care of his kid and come back and give his full attention to the job that he is going to do. If he sits here, he'll work with 40% of his brain power and give me a half-hearted result. Whereas if I have at least 80-90% of his brain power, then and his mental capacity, then I'll have a work in much lesser time and a better job. So emotional attachment, social skills, empathy are some of the most important, I mean, important qualities of a leader. These qualities are something which you cannot do without. Or a leader has to be emotionally intelligent. A leader has to be self-aware and confident. About me, I have no doubts. I'm very much aware of my good points, bad points. I'll try to I prevent the bad from happening. And I'm confident about what I am taking. Even if I am doing something wrong, I do it confidently. I don't doubt myself at every step. And then if the things have gone wrong because of the decisions or the actions I have taken, I take complete responsibility of that. So when I take complete responsibility, I I immediately become confident, because if it goes wrong, my responsibility. If it is right, my responsibility. So what is there to go wrong, and what is there to be not confident about? You have to be self-aware and confident. And if you are fumbling, faltering, um, I mean, even you are aware of that. You are aware that these are the areas I can fumble. These are the areas I am going wrong. So I say sorry. I say I'm rectifying myself and I move ahead. That is a confident person. Confident person is not someone who is perfect. Confident person is someone who knows that there will be mistake. He is human. He can make mistakes, but take that responsibility and move forward. Next is capable of self-management. A good leader knows his mistakes, knows his problems, tries to rectify them step by step every single day, and moves forward. He or she knows self-management, how to manage his or her time, how to manage his or her emotions, how to manage his or her problems. So that makes the person capable, and a capable person is a confident person. How can you become capable? I mean, I have shared a previous assignment with all of you and some lessons where I have talked about goal setting. So when you set a goal, you plan about it and you can very easily manage your time. So a good leader is a very good planner. That is the most important thing. When he plans, he becomes capable. A good leader is someone um, who is maybe who has difficulty maintaining time, but he is very well aware of that. And so what he does, he tries to manage time by planning perfectly, as meticulously as possible. Not perfect, but meticulously. He says that at the end of the day, I have to finish X amount of work. So X amount of work can be divided into 10 X's because I have 10 hours. So 10 X's, how much of the work has to be done each hour. So he divides it into these hours, and at the same time he devises some means. Suppose you know that there is a thing called Pomodoro technique. So Pomodoro technique is nothing but a time management device, time management app, time management I mean physical device is also available, which is nothing but you just turn on the screw for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, and then you set it on your table. It goes on ticking and unwinding, and when the 25 minutes, it's generally a 25 to 30 minutes time limit. So when the 30 minutes is off, it goes, it rings a bell. So a person who has difficulty time managing, what he will do is set up this Pomodoro technique, focus on a particular object, work for 30 minutes. He has decided for himself that he will not divert. He'll just work on a particular focused thing for 30 minutes, and then he'll take 2 minutes break. Again, work for or 3 minutes break, or max to max you can take 5 minutes break. So if he thinks his mind is so jumbled, he takes a 5 minutes break, work for another 25 minutes. So within 30 plus 30 minutes, he has taken a break and also done a very effective job. He does it for 2 hours or 3 hours, and then he takes a long break. That means by 3 hours, he has worked on a focused way for about 6 times. So after six, he takes a break of 15, 20 minutes. Maybe he has his lunch, because if he starts at 10, by that time it's 1 p.m. So he has every right to have his lunch at that time. So he goes out, walks around a little bit, talks with people, maybe his team, and then has a cup of tea or has his meal and his cup of tea or coffee. Again, starts his focuses and starts working. So he has gradually, if he does things like that, a time will come when he will not have to set up those Pomodoro doors. Rather, he will do his own work himself. He is capable enough to do his own work. His mind has now become much more capable, and because he has learned to manage himself. Next is able to communicate ideas and directions. It is very easy to talk. As I said in the first lessons that I sent you, it is very easy to talk. Talking is something which we are doing with the family, with our relatives, with our siblings, with our friends, every time. But we are not speaking. We are not actually really communicating ideas and directions. When we start doing that, we'll find that we are talking in very parallel lines, not actually talking the exact thing that we want to talk. Most of you, I have seen, talk very parallelly, not at the exact point. I have to deduce the exact point. So communicating an idea, or a direction, communicating that I want you to do so and so things, or let us sit down and plan about the goals that you have to achieve, and the project that you have to complete, and how we can plan it day wise, and I mean week wise, day wise, hour wise, how we can plan it and then go ahead and do it properly. So these are certain things which may be a big problem if we are not really communicating properly. We have to be very properly communicative to do this. And last but not the least is, no one is going to motivate a leader. A leader has to motivate himself or herself. So self motivation is something this person has to know, because he'll be facing frustrations and failures and problems at all times. It is his duty to motivate himself so that such a thing does never occur. What an effective leader can do: an effective leader is action oriented. These are the 8 points that an effective leader does. He is action oriented. He operates with a vision. There is always a vision in his mind, so he's operating with a vision, and he is always there to deliver benefits to meet expectations. He is not there to harm you. He is there to help you out. Help you, help the cause, help the organization or the company, and thereby help himself. And next thing is, he focuses on building. You may question that if I focus on building, then I will lose that person. Doesn't matter. You may be focusing on building 20 people or 10 people. Of that 10, 6 will leave because they have learned so much that they can work independently, or they can go somewhere else and do their work. But 4 will stay. This 4 who are staying are your strong point. They are your team. They are now you are no more that alone like you were before. They will be there every step of the way to help you out. Maybe you nurture them even further. One or two of them may get better from you in the specific thing that your team was doing. Doesn't matter. He or she will never be the leader that you are. You may know less, but you are a very efficient leader. So a less knowledgeable person can be a very efficient leader. You don't need to know everything to become a great leader. Next is evaluates performance of the self and others by results. The result, not the action that you have taken, not the hours that you have spent, not the hours that you have wasted. As a manager will definitely see, you are working. The hours that I am paying you for, you are doing doing the work. Often it so happens that when a manager says that you have been congratulations, I have seen you work very hard for so and so hours. He has just watched you for hours. Maybe at the end of 5 hours, you are in no position to give a result. Whereas a leader will not think of the hours that you have wasted or hours that you have spent in some other job. The result, if you have given him the result in lesser time, much more effective, that he will be happy with that. So leader is more result oriented. He anticipates that there will what the plan should be for a particular project. Anticipates the a leader will think about all the person that is there in the project and plan likewise. Suppose there is a new mom in the team. So a new mom can have lots of crises, lots of emergencies at her home. So a leader will not do anything, plan in such a way that these type of cushions are there for the lady so that she can, take care of all the emergencies that are there at her home, at the same time do her work, and not feel that she was incompetent because she had done uh, because she had contributed less in that project, uh, because she has some family responsibilities. Every one of us has family responsibilities. A leader himself or herself may have. Some other members of the team may have. Maybe another young guy of the team has a very ailing parent. Father or mother is very ailing in the hospital, needs to be taken care of 24 hours by a nurse or something like that. So there may be emergencies at his or her home. So a leader is someone who plans accordingly, gives that type of work to these people, or leaves gaps for these people so that they can cope up with both the things. Because at another time, they will come in handy when others may be suffering. So a leader knows how to run a team, how to plan for the team, how to anticipate everything of the team. Uh, Leader is also someone who anticipates the organization changes, project changes, because if a work is done in a certain way, these things may change. If an organization works in a certain way, that positions may change. A leader can anticipate that, and if he or she thinks that it may be necessary for some difficult for some person in that changed environment to work, he may just tell that person beforehand that these are the changes that we are anticipating. So if you think you should modify yourself, rectify yourself, change yourself, maybe even think of changing the scenario. So leader is such an anticipator, and a leader is a person who is um, who has full integrity. He is truthful, he is faithful, he is, I mean, um, the thing that they say here, an effective leader who is fixated on only delivering benefits and results can quickly become a bad result if their entire focus is on the end goal. End goal is not the thing. The entire development of the team, the working of the thing is more important. As a result, what they do is they step over others, drive these people mercilessly, and then took the credit at the end. This is something which is the most worst leadership that we can expect, think about. Last but not the least, what I would like to share with you is the assignment. Now, here I have given you 5 questions regarding these things that we have discussed. uh, how do you use technology against business strategy when you are a leader? How do you address dynamic nature of our priorities? So these are certain things which, I mean, questions that I have asked you. Most of the answers are an idea of the answers, or something which you definitely will find in the articles that I've shared, or the other things that I've shared. Videos are also there, so you can go ahead and watch them and read these articles and finish your assignment. At the same time, what you can do is you can just take the question and do an online search, so you will learn something more about this. What I suggest is take all the information that you find and then write a short answer. Don't go with a long answer, just write a short answer of um, 100, 150 words, 200 word maximum. 200 word paragraph will not be more than this. So just go ahead and write that. Write 100 words answers for all of them and submit it as early as possible. 22nd April is your last date. So bye.